Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Casey and I'm a recent dental school graduate, and I decided to come here and share my story, my experience, in case somebody maybe is deciding to go to dental school, is deciding if it's right for them, or maybe they're just choosing a future career. So I decided to share my experience and let you know how it was for me. I'm an immigrant. I came to the United States from Russia and I completed my dental education there, and I understand and just wanted to let you know that my experience could be different from American dental students' experiences, but I just wanted to discuss the spirit and the feel of being a dental student and what it means, what it meant to me at least, to be a part of this dental society. I got into dental school in 2013. My program was 5 years, so I graduated summer 2018, so this year. In Russia, we go to dental schools and any professional schools right after high school, so application process doesn't require any experience in the field, it doesn't require any volunteering, anything like that. So you dive inside of it, you just dive into the whole medical career without even knowing if it's right for you, without having any experience. So this is what it was like for me. I was absolutely blind. I didn't have any family members who are dentists, or I didn't have any close friends who I could talk to, or maybe doctors to shadow. I didn't have any of that. So I was just basically good in bio and chem, and I figured out that I wanted to go to medical field, and for some reason I chose dentistry. At this point I probably wouldn't even tell you why. Not the dental program was a year shorter than a medical program. I wouldn't say that it was a factor. I didn't really care about it at the time. But for some reason, I just chose dental. I felt like I would be a good dentist. I pictured and envisioned myself as a dentist, but besides that, I didn't know anything about it. The first thing that I want to say about dental school, and if you're trying to decide between dental and medical, it's not easier than medical. And in fact, in my personal opinion, I think it's much harder. And I know you probably heard it a million times, so going to medicine and going to dental school is going to be super difficult, but there is not enough time to say how difficult it is to graduate a dental school. And in my opinion, compared to medical students, our program was shorter, so it was a year shorter, but the amount of material that we had to learn did not become any smaller because of that. So the attitude toward dentistry in Russia is that you're first a doctor and then you're a dentist. So you had to really learn everything, and I mean everything, that medical students learned there by our side, and we were all in the same school, so we were always communicating. In Russia, it's more like majors, dental and medical. So we were all together, we could discuss it all the time. And we had to learn the entire medical program, plus our own dental program that medical students didn't learn, and we had 1 year less. So in the regular session we would have more exams than medical students would. We would have 4 exams and they would have 1 in summer, for example, and it was insane. Every class that you go to is more packed with information than the medical students would have, because they have more time to stretch the program out, and we didn't, so we had to compress it all into one block of information, and we would have to learn so much to just prepare for class. It would be literally hundreds of pages that we had to memorize. So education was very difficult. Besides that, they don't really give you any time to kind of adjust, ease in the information or the material. They start right in, they throw you in the ocean, and they pack you with information and textbooks on the very first day. Like when I first came to dental school, I remember my first day, and it was September 1st. Of 2013. I came to school thinking I'm just gonna pick up my textbooks and I'm just gonna familiarize myself with the campus and with the schedule and everything. And just a disclaimer there, my school is not very good with informing students about their classes or anything, and it was like there for the entire 5 years of my education. And I came there, I was standing in the library in a huge line because all the students came there to pick up their textbooks. And I hear the rumor going around that we have a lecture today. And I had never even been to the lecture. I just came from high school right there. And I didn't even imagine that I could have the whole subject of classes, list of classes in my first day. And it was just a rumor that I heard. And I come to this lecture, which I didn't even know happened, and it was a history of medicine lecture, and I actually kept my notes from the very first lecture I've been to in dental school. and it was packed with information. It started hard and it was going hard. And the next day we had like a quiz or something. And I was so shocked by that. I did not expect any of that because I was like, wait, I'm used to high school. I'm used to high school amount of information, and this is a lot. This is difficult. So what I meant by that, and why I was telling you that they don't really wait for you to adjust. It starts very intense, and you have to be able to prepare yourself for that and just adjust. And the intensity and the rhythm of studying never stops, never slows down. From your first day in dental school to your last day, you will have to do 100%. You will have to study very hard. And they kept telling me that it's gonna get better, just wait for the third year, it's gonna get easier. And it didn't. It was a huge lie, and I'm very offended about that. I don't understand why they say, because third year is supposed to get more practical and you get out of those sciences and everything. It's not true. In its own way, it's very difficult, and it didn't get easier, and at least I didn't notice it. So what I was telling you about as being very difficult is that if you don't love it, if you don't absolutely live and breathe medicine, you shouldn't go to dental school. It's not easier than medical school, and you're just gonna torture yourself for basically 5 or 4 years, and it will not mean as much to you. You really need to know why you're doing it, and you need to love every second of it. In my school, I think a large amount of people got expelled because they couldn't study as hard. And there were 8 groups of us when we applied, so there were 30 people in each group, and there were 8, and we graduated, there was only 2. So a lot of people left because they couldn't keep up. This was like a scary part, and yeah, it's difficult. Everybody knows that. You heard it a million times. But why I loved dentistry and why I loved my time in dental school and why I actually think it's better than medical school, and I'm happy I chose it, is that the job there is so hands-on. In my case, from the very first year, we get to use the drill, we get to use real human teeth, we get to do the impressions. We were submerged to the profession from the very first year. And this practical aspect of it, and the fact that you can do so much with your classmates, like do exams and impressions, makes it so easy to picture yourself as a working professional. It really drags you into the job. It really attracts your attention. And yeah, it's difficult at the same time, but you know why you're doing it. It's not just some imaginary patient that you have to think about and like kind of picture yourself doing it and working with him, which you do that also. But as well as that, you have teeth in front of you that you can work on, that you can practice your skills, and it really drags you in. It really makes it interesting. Even though studying is super difficult, dentistry can be such a fulfilling career for so many different people. It's so versatile, and there's such an artist aspect to it, because even compared to general medicine, and when there's strict protocols that you have to treat this disease exactly with these drugs and in this exact way, in dentistry, you can pick and choose, you can be creative. Let's for example say that there is a patient with a cavity, and you can, for example, use a cement, or you can use a composite, and you can play with the colors, and you can make it look more realistic and alive. Or you can, for example, use Invisalign, or you can use braces, or you can use crowns. And it's just so many options that you have to choose, and you are the doctor who picks the option. And no patient is the same. Even though patients have very similar clinical situations, they would not be the same. You can choose a different approach, and this is just splurge your creativity out in them. It's pretty much amazing for me. I don't like when people tell me what to do at all. I don't like when there's a protocol and I need to follow it. I like being creative. I like thinking out of the box. And dentistry allows you to do it with the consideration of the medical side of it, that you are a doctor and you need to treat this person. So this is very interesting. And besides that, there's also this business side, because most of dentists open their own practice and they need to learn how to run a business. And if you're a more business-oriented person, you will find your niche there, and dentistry can be a very fulfilling career for you if you're maybe not really good with the practical skills, but you love dentistry still. You can still find your job. You can still have an amazing career. It's never dull or boring in dentistry, and you can always find something new for you. You can find something for yourself. So this is amazing for a very large amount of people. and I feel like it's just an amazing field. So now that I graduated dental school, I don't really call myself a doctor. I don't feel like one because, as I mentioned before, I immigrated to the United States and I can't practice here. I need to go back to dental school and start all over, which is tragic. And I haven't been practicing any medicine. I haven't been wearing my scrubs or my white coat for more than 5 months now, and it's just driving me insane. I miss it so much, and I study so hard to get back into dental school, and maybe with a big laid back, but start over and continue going forward and just get my dental license and dental degree here so I could continue practice my favorite thing in the world, dentistry. I love dentistry, and if some of you can't decide if dental career is for them, I highly recommend it. If you can survive all the difficulties of studying, which I'm sure you can, it can be such a fulfilling career. It's so worth it. Thanks for listening to me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye guys.